Hey everyone, how are we today? Just doing a all signs reading. Today we're on the topic of family. Okay, so I have sort of preset some of the cards today to reflect certain things. Okay, so I will be reading just probably I'll make sure I mention as I go, but I have sort of picked some specific cards that may relate to specific things within family. I have also, set aside some that may actually be talking about pets, as well as, taking a bit more notice of physical places today as well. When we are talking about sort of family life, family home, those kinds of things, I just find that I do need to read those just slightly differently. I would just like to ask if everyone could, leave a comment and let me know how this resonates for you. Everyone that does comment will go in the draw for that free personal reading when we hit 100 subscribers. And thank you all so much for all your support so far. I really do appreciate every single like and subscribe. It does mean a lot to me. We are just a super tiny channel at the moment. But today I am using, I do have a new deck I've got here, which is the Taurus Lenormand. Okay. I also will be ending out today with a reading with some cards from the Magical Messages from the Fairies Oracle. And I'm actually starting today with the Earthbound Oracle, just wanting to sort of get a bit of an overview using that. Okay, so and as always, you will sort of see me taking those timestamps as well. So starting off with Aries today. How are we, Aries? Just looking today at family. Okay, so we've had one jumping out for you straight away. I am using the Earthbound Oracle to get a bit of an overview, just a sort of general theme of what's sort of happening for you with the idea of family. Of course, not everybody has a physical family close to them. So we are just looking at that, that vibe of family. Okay, so whatever that means to you, we can also be looking at a lot of issues to do with your physical home as well when we're looking at family as well. Home, home is where the heart is. Whether you live with actual family or live by yourself, it does sort of portray that family home, your home. Okay, so I do find that physical representation of family coming through quite a lot in the physical world when it comes to your immediate surroundings. Okay, the things that you're supported by on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so Aries, family for Aries. Okay, so Aries, we are seeing firstly the ceremony card, okay, as well as the guide card coming through for you there with the oracle. So as a bit of an overview, the ceremony card does speak there could actually be, a literal wedding ceremony happening in your family in the near future. That might be something quite important coming up for yourself or somebody within your family. It is showing as, a highlighted message being the overview there. So some sort of ceremony. Okay, so when we do see ceremony, when we're talking about family issues, it can just be talking about, those traditional values as well between, family members and those sorts of things, even just within yourself, like, things like baptisms, like weddings, as we sort of said there, all those sort of traditional kind of things going on within families. Like even if it's just your family's tradition to, have a weekly Sunday dinner or something like that, we are looking at that sort of aspect coming through as quite important for that family sort of bonding, I feel, at this time. And there may actually be somebody within the family or even unintentionally, being a bit of a guide to you in some way at this thing. So whatever that thing is for you, whatever that ceremony type thing is for you in your family, even just within yourself there, We are just looking at something, like a little bit more official or traditional, all right? But there is some sort of guide for you there. Like I said, even unintentionally, someone might be saying something that really is going to help you, answer some questions within yourself at the moment. There may actually just be also somebody within your, your world there, your family unit, who, is that moral compass for you at this time, who is offering some sage advice, and helping you sort of, I want to say, get back up on your feet. Okay, so if you have been through some things lately, Aries, there probably is someone, within your support network who is able to guide you through that. Okay, so don't forget to ask for help, Aries. But we'll get a bit more information about those. So Aries, family for Aries. What's going on with family for Aries, please? Okay. And who is that to Aries? Is that Aries themselves, or is that somebody external to Aries? Okay, Aries, we are seeing the book coming out first, with the, new chapters, some sort of new beginnings within the family. Part of the story hasn't sort of come to light just as of yet. I'm feeling that sense of adventure with that. For some reason, I'm picturing in my head one of those choose your own adventure stories. So someone within your family may be sort of about to, go on some sort of adventure, but it really does talk about new elements being brought into your family life, and that's actually going to help you grow this family dynamic. We do have next the tree. Okay, so I feel as though you're actually going to be growing closer to your family, to your support network. So whatever family means for you, we are seeing some sort of new chapter being written, in the growth of that, and new branches on the family tree coming through. So this definitely could be talking about, people being added to the family. We did have that ceremony card there as well. So we definitely could be looking at a wedding, or a birth within the family group. Okay. So I'm getting that vibe of, adding to that family tree. So, or even with this, this could actually talk about research as well. So there might be something you're finding out about the family tree that you weren't aware of. So it does also allude to, there may be things within your family tree that you want to research a little bit more about that particular ancestor, or those sorts of things. There may be things that you haven't sort of been aware of within your family tree that are sort of coming to light. You are sort of researching those things and starting to learn a little bit more about what makes your family them. Okay, so there's definitely something quite interesting there. It definitely could be branching out into new family members, or researching old family members. Okay, so there's definitely something, linking with that family tree coming through quite strongly there. And I do feel as though with the book there, we are looking at some sort of paperwork involved with that. So whether that is you actually researching, past history of your family, or whether that is, somebody signing new documents for a new member, to someone else to become part of the family, those kinds of things. I am getting that there may be one or two people out there that you may be sort of finding out about, an adoption within the family that has happened, and you're only just sort of finding out about that. So you're kind of getting, family history and that new family branch all in one, just with this paperwork that you come across. Like, that's totally random, and that's not going to be for everyone, of course. But I feel like there's maybe one or two areas out there that we are looking at, somebody within the family who has been adopted out, and only just sort of coming into your knowledge in the near future there. We are also seeing here, I do have the lily, which was followed by the mountain. And that's kind of, when I clarified that, I got the scythe as well. Okay, so that's kind of letting me know that there's somebody within the family who's probably going to be moving away. Okay, so with the mountain card, sometimes it can talk about overseas. It can talk about that physical location, like somebody moving into the mountains kind of a thing. Because I did sort of ask whether that was you yourself or whether that was somebody external to you, and I did get that scythe. I just feel as though it's going to be like a sudden change for you to deal with. All of a sudden, this person's gone, and you're having to travel to see them, and those kinds of things. There may be some sort of breakdown as well, and that's why they sort of move away. There might be some sort of internal fighting within the family as well. I don't really feel that that's going to be the case. I do just feel that this is somebody wanting to, I feel like it's going to be somebody within the family who is, following their career path and looking at the long term of their life and where they want to be, 10, 20 years from now. And it's kind of that vibe of someone going, do you know what? I don't even want to live in the city anymore. I want to move to the country. I want to live on top of a mountain where no one can come talk to me. I am strongly getting that vibe off that someone wanting to make that country change and move somewhere a bit quieter, more remote area. With the mountain, it can definitely be like country, remote areas, like literally in the mountains somewhere. Okay, so I do feel as though they're doing that, either out of a career choice or just wanting to sort of, go into retirement kind of mode where they're really looking about where do I want to spend the rest of my life and where do I want to go from here. All right, so I do feel as though that's something that is coming up in your family in the near future. I'm not getting a close distance on that though, so that may take a little bit of time, but you might start hearing about it in the near future. All right, we'll get an extra message for you, Aries, from the magical messages from the fairies. See what they want to tell Aries about family. What would you like to tell Aries about family, please? You've got the power, Aries. So use your abilities to resolve this situation. You can do it. Okay, so if there is any issues going on with you and family members, they're within your grasp. You can easily resolve those. It might just be, we do see a small child figure on a tight wire. So you may just have to sort of walk that very fine line, but you do have the power to resolve any issues going on for you within your family at the moment. Okay, Aries. So we'll move over to Taurus. How are we today, Taurus? I'm just making sure I've got our timestamp. Okay, and today I've got firstly the Earthbound Oracle here. So we'll grab you some overview with the Earthbound Oracle for Taurus. Matters of family for Taurus, please. Taurus. Family for Taurus, please. Okay, so straight away we have travel coming through, Taurus. So, a lot of the time when we see that travel card, it is represented there with that butterfly. Okay, so sometimes we can be seeing physical travel, but then other times, it can just be talking about traveling further on the path of that bond with that family member. All right, because we do have the bond card coming out there. So I do feel as though you're sort of focusing on one particular family member. This reading will be sort of focusing on one particular family member for a lot of you, Taurus, and someone that you obviously have a strong bond with, or that you are trying to create more of a strong bond with this person. Okay, with that travel card, that's what we could be traveling towards, is creating that bond. Okay, so we'll have a look what wants to come out for you there, Taurus. Taurus, family for Taurus, please. Okay, and tell us more about those last two cards, please. Okay, so Taurus, firstly, I do have the woman card coming out. Okay, so this person that we're talking about, this strong bond or potential strong bond in your family world, it's highly likely that it is a mother type figure. Okay, so whether that is your actual mother or just a mother within the family, so like an aunt, even a sister who may be a mother already, those kinds of things. Okay, we do normally find that it's going to be a mother coming through with the woman when I'm doing family readings. Sorry. So it does just show us that this particular woman is quite important, in a lot of senses, and whatever it is that you are wanting from that connection, wanting from that bond with that particular person. We do have the wish fulfillment card. The stars card has come out along with that. So it can show us that either this woman is actually getting some of her wishes coming true, or I feel as though the majority of it's you are getting your wishes coming true when it comes to your bond with this woman in your family. Okay, so you'll probably know who that is for you, Taurus. But it really does talk about keeping hope and optimism within this connection, because even if you guys are, at odds at the moment, there is definitely that opportunity to strengthen that connection even more. Even if you're super, super close, there is that opportunity to strengthen that even more. And also I find too that, as, especially if this is your actual mother, as children, a lot of the time we do wish for the best for our parents. And so it could also just be showing us that whoever this woman is to you, like I said, it could be a mother, an aunt, a daughter, a sister. Okay, it is going to be a female figure within the family, but your wishes for them as well are coming sort of true. Okay, so if they've been having a tough time and you've been hoping things are getting better for them, you can definitely be rest assured with that wishes card coming through, that star there. It's like, you wished upon a star, and then it sort of comes into fulfillment. So we're definitely seeing that bond is definitely strengthening. All right, and whatever you sort of wish for at the moment within that connection, it definitely has the opportunity to sort of come to light for you there, be that light in that darkness. They may even be that light in the darkness for you. Okay. um, then I do have an interesting message here for you, Taurus. I do have the dog, okay, and that was followed by the clouds. And then when I asked to clarify that message, I did get the child, okay. So the interesting thing when I'm reading for family, this actually can talk directly about a pet. Okay, so if you do have a pet, especially if it's a dog, okay, so this is probably going to be a lot more accurate for you yourself if you do have a dog, as part of your family. Okay, because it's just sort of letting us know that with that clouds card there, that there is a bit of someone's thoughts are on this animal quite a bit, or the other way around. Okay, so what we're seeing is we do have a child on the other side. We have the dog and then the child. Okay, so it feels as though what's in between this dog and this child is some heavy thoughts, some confused thoughts, some worry and anxiety for the other one. Okay, so this is kind of either like a child worrying about their pet, or a pet is worrying about a child. Okay, so then I'm feeling for majority of you, it's kind of like that energy of a pet missing somebody. Okay, so it's very playful energy though. So it's it definitely could also be like your pet just wishing that you could spend a bit more time with them, be a little bit more playful with them. They're a bit anxious, so they do just that playful energy is sort of what's going to help resolve this energy. So this cloud's energy is just a little bit thick, kind of energy going on there, just where it's a bit anxious kind of feeling. All right. And then, like I said, that child, it could be an actual child within the family. So it may even be a grown child, though. But you know, this child and pet obviously have some sort of a strong bond. Okay, so it's if that's you yourself, that has that strong bond with that animal, it's really just talking about wanting to be playful with you and spend a bit more time just playing with you. Okay, so for someone out there, there's an animal that is wanting to spend a bit more time with you and just have a play. Okay, so release your inner child and just play with the dog. I'm just getting this vibe of like someone playing tug of war with their dog. Okay, so I do know, like, my sister actually is on the cusp of Taurus and Aries, and she has a dog, and I do know that her son and the dog are like inseparable. But her dog always sends me little messages sometimes in their readings that they do want to be played with a bit more and things like that, and that's the same vibe I'm getting. So even if this is just for my sister, hi, there definitely is a pet out there that's wanting to spend a bit more time with the family members. Okay, we'll get you some messages here from these fairy messages from the fairies. Okay, Taurus and their family, please. Taurus and their family. Spring. Okay, so it does say your desires fully manifest as the flowers begin to bloom. Okay, so I'm actually feeling that could actually be talking to some of you about getting out there and planting now, for the plants that to get your garden. Like, I just feel like for some of you that's your physical garden, and just get out there in the garden and plant a few more flowers. Okay, but I do read the seasons as my own. So it is currently, it's just gone into winter. All right, so we are looking at a few months from now, and I feel as though that may be that travel. Okay, so if you are needing to travel, I feel as though in 3 months, if you do need to travel in order to strengthen that bond with that female within the family, within the next 3 months, you should sort of have some idea about that. Okay, Taurus, that's what I've got for you guys. So I'll move on to Gemini. How are we, Gemini? Just trying to make sure I've got my timestamps correct. Okay. Sorry. I don't know why I'm apologizing to cards that are falling on the floor. Okay, Gemini, we'll just get straight into it for you. I'm using the Earthbound Oracle to start with today. Get a bit of an overview for you. Gemini and family. Gemini and family, please. Okay, so firstly, we are getting the guide card coming through. Could be somebody within your family who, actually has some really good words of advice for you at the moment, Gemini. So if you've been sort of struggling with anything in particular, or, it may even be totally unintentional. You may just be talking to someone and they may say something, and next thing you know, you've realized that, hang on, they've just said something that has, like, opened up a whole new path for me. And so definitely, or it could actually be, somebody that you do turn to for that advice already. Someone who's a bit of a compass for you. It could be a moral compass as well. Okay, so somebody could be actually, pulling you into line a little bit with something there. And we do also have the simplicity card. Okay, so I kind of want to say, keep it simple, stupid. Sorry, Gemini, I'm not calling you guys stupid. I'm just saying, that was the first thing that popped into my mind when I did see that simplicity card. It's talking about keeping it simple. Okay, so I feel as though you may be sort of overworking yourself when it comes to dealing with your family at the moment. You may be overextending yourself, okay? Putting too much effort in, okay? I know that sounds, counterproductive to be saying don't put effort in, but I just feel as though you may actually be putting too much effort in, and the more simple that you keep things, the better the results you will have at the moment, okay, Gemini? So we'll get a bit more information for you. Gemini and family, please. Okay. So I am getting a interesting message here. Can I just get extra information about this person in Gemini's family? Okay, and just one more for those last two, please. Okay, so Gemini, we have someone in the family that is probably, I feel like, okay, firstly we have the coffin, okay, and that's actually followed by the fox, and you can see this fox card, they're curled up asleep, okay, so you can kind of imagine that, this person, they're sleeping in their coffin, if that kind of makes sense. It's not, I'm not talking about a physical death here. I am talking about like somebody that's been like not involved in the family. There's been an ending in the past, and this person, you may not have heard from them for quite a while. You may not have known. It's feeling like someone kind of separate from the family, but separate. It's definitely feeling like someone who keeps to themselves. There may have been some drama in the past. They may have been like only worried about themselves and a bit manipulative. Thought they were being really clever, but it's led to like some sort of family breakdown, some sort of ending within the family where this person has sort of gone off on their own, and you've gone off on your own, I feel too. All right, so there's definitely some sort of ending. Maybe someone within the family that you never thought you'd see again, kind of a thing. But it does feel as though, I did have that clarified with the Clover card, okay? So that does sort of let me know that, because I was asking about more about this person, okay? So I am feeling that, with the fox and then the Clover, this is somebody who, the reason for the ending between the family and this person may have had something to do with money. They may have had a gambling problem, that kind of a thing. They may have stolen money from the family, okay, and that's what's led to, this ending. That like it just feels like the family has kind of closed them out, because they obviously they thought they were being really clever, but the family became aware that this person wasn't doing the best for the family. They were worrying about themselves before they were worrying about anyone else within the family. Okay, so it's quite an interesting vibe I'm getting there. But it is just kind of letting us know that this person may actually be coming back around into the family circle. All right, because I do have the mountain, which is followed by the book. And that was clarified with the ship. Okay, so the ship kind of lets me know that this person is kind of on their way back to the family, or they are going to try to start some sort of new journey with the family. So this definitely could be a warning about somebody within the family. If there is, and okay, I want to say that you know, it definitely could be some sort of trickster kind of energy with that fox there, okay? And maybe that's what when, you know, we may be needing to close the door on this person. Because it does feel that with that book there and the ship there, that they are trying to sort of seek some new way in, some new you know, start some new adventure journey with the family. It doesn't necessarily feel the best, to be completely honest. It does feel like this is some kind of, you know, a warning that there is somebody going to reappear within the family and, you know, try to create more barriers. Um, you know, I'm getting that vibe of like someone trying to turn family members against each other. Um, you know, that I feel like with the mountain card, I feel like this person is going to be a potential big, like, solid boulder in your path in the near future. Okay, so that's kind of a weird message I'm getting there. How should Gemini deal with this, please? How should Gemini deal with this? I suppose, can this person be trusted? Are they starting a genuine new journey, new chapter within the family, or how should Gemini deal with this? Okay, so when I've asked that, I have gotten the flowers. Okay, so it definitely could be a genuine come back around. Okay, they genuinely could be trying to make amends. All right, so you know, the flowers can talk about forgiveness and giving back what they took in a, maybe it might not, like, you know, if someone has taken financially, they might not be coming back to give you money, but they might be coming back to, you know, try to make amends. Is what I'm kind of getting with that. And the way that you should deal with that is, you know, to just wish the best and give of yourself. Don't, you know, obviously don't, you know, we all know, you know, be smart about things, keep things, like we said, you know, keep things simple. Don't be giving people money if they've stolen from you in the past. Obviously I would never tell you to do that. But it's a giving energy, and it's a receiving energy. Okay, so it might be making amends with somebody, you know, that has sort of wronged you in some way in the past. Like I said, I am getting that vibe that there was definitely some sort of, like, they've taken some sort of gambles in the past that have not worked out very well for them. Um, it could also be drug addiction. Okay, I do want to just let you know that it could be. It may not be just like gambling money. It could also be drug addiction with those particular cards there. But they are sort of, it does feel like they are trying to make amends and overcome any obstacles that they've put there. But like it does feel as though they have put those obstacles there themselves, for sure. Um, but it does look like, you know, making amends at the end of the day. So obviously at the end of the day, it is up to you. You know, you never have to make amends with somebody that you don't want to make amends with. You know, follow your own intuition when it comes to that one. Okay, message for Gemini with family, please. Gemini and family. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, so with daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. Okay, so if you know who this person is and you don't want to let them back in, now's the time to start practicing what you would say. Okay, start practicing like how you want to deal with this and start putting it into action in small ways, in, you know, with other things. Um, you know, if you don't feel as though you're willing to offer forgiveness for somebody like that, or offer, you know that even you don't need to forgive somebody to listen to what they have to say, I suppose. You know, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's up to you. But if you are interested in, potentially having this person back in your life, now's the time to sort of start practicing what that would actually be like on a, on a longer term basis. Like, practice imagining that that person was back in your life, and how that would feel, and how you would like to deal with that, and those sorts of things. Okay, Gemini? All right, well, that's what I've got for you. So I will move on to Cancer. How are we today, Cancer? Just doing our reading today on family, the topic of family. So get started with some oracle cards for you. Cancer and family, please. Wow, nearly everyone has had this same card, which is the guide card. Okay, so we do sort of feel with that one that, there could be somebody, within your family who is going to be some sort of a guide to you. They're going to be like, your moral compass, so to speak. They could be offering you some advice at this time that's sort of really going to help you get back on the path that you want to be on, that kind of a thing. Okay, so definitely an interesting, it's come out for nearly everybody so far. We also have the travel card coming through. Okay, so you may be needing to travel in the near future to see family. You may have family traveling towards you. It could also just be talking about, like metaphysical travel, like traveling closer to somebody, and strengthening a bond with somebody within the family as well. Okay. We'll see what it wants to come out with the lenormand. Whoa. Cancer and family, please. Cancer and family. Okay. And can I just get clarity for that second card, please? Just clarity for that second card. Okay, so that's definitely talking about a particular person. I do have on the bottom of the deck the letter as well, so some sort of communication coming through in the near future. When it comes to family, it may be about this travel that we did see in that oracle deck there. First and foremost, I do have the garden. Okay, so a lot of the times when we're looking at family, okay, the garden can talk about, getting out and tending your physical garden, bringing more plants into your physical house, those kinds of things as well. But I do feel as though in this instance, it may be talking about a proposal or a meeting with somebody, who, we're seeing here who this person is to you. It's, we have the anchor, which was then clarified with the bear. Look at this bear, isn't it cute? The little polar bear with the two cubs. So that straight away tells us that it's probably a person, that the bear energy there, there's somebody strong and powerful. It's kind of bringing to, a lot of the times it's like that mama bear energy. So it might be somebody who is that sort of mama bear protective element of you. Okay, someone who's quite protective of you when it comes to family members. So, I dare say for a lot of you, this is a mother or father figure, and you're probably one of the little cute little cubs on crawling all over the mum there. But it's somebody who, makes you feel secure. They're your safety net. They're your anchor in this life. They're probably this exact same person up here in that guide card, okay, giving you all the, the best advice and all that sort of stuff. And we are seeing, with the anchor, there's somebody who keeps you stable and secure within the family dynamic. It's like that, the ship drops the anchor so it doesn't drift away. There's somebody that keeps you really grounded, within, that with that garden card as well, that it definitely help keep you quite grounded and sort of know where you stand in life in general. Okay, so it's probably somebody who has been, quite secure in your life quite a long time, quite protective of you when it comes to that bear energy. They're somebody strong and powerful and, protective and loving, and they're the sort of person that, with that bear imagery, it's the sort of person where if they saw that you were in danger, they would not hesitate to jump in the line of fire kind of energy and rip someone's face off. With the bear energy, they're a pretty they're a beautiful animal, but they can be very overprotective when it comes to the things that they love and protect. They will rip your face off if you get too close, kind of a thing. Okay, but we are seeing next the rider. Okay, so we can see this image of someone on their bike headed straight into your house. Okay, so we do have the house element coming through, last but not least there. But so it definitely does bring to light that travel card. Somebody probably traveling directly to you, directly to your house, to the family home. Some sort of travel occurring with this person. So you probably do know who that person is. So it's a pretty simple message for you today, Cancer, that you probably are going to get a visitor soon. And this person, with the travel card, they may be at a bit of a distance. I'm not feeling like it's a huge distance for majority of you. Especially we only have a bicycle here, so it's not like that. It's not like he's on a plane coming from overseas. So it might just be someone who's been, working a lot of hours, and finally they're actually coming home to rest a little bit more, and you're actually going to get to spend a bit more time with them, that kind of a thing too. So it may not even be like a big physical distance at all. It may just be that sense of distance. They may have just been a little bit off on their own journey lately, and they're just sort of wanting to meet up with you and spend some time with you and whatnot. That house card once again is quite safe and secure. We do see a lot of elements here, of that safety and security with you and this person. That bond is quite strong with you and this person, and they're wanting to come and spend time with you and travel back to be with you or whatnot. Okay, so quite lovely little message there. Like I said, it's pretty straightforward. So it's just talking about, someone on their way to you. I'm not really getting a sense of time there, but they're just coming in with that protective energy, being someone secure and stable in your life. Okay, so Cancer and family, please. Okay, we do have the Be Yourself card there. Okay, and you can kind of see on this card too, it is actually quite similar to this rider card. Okay, on the rider we have the man on the bike, which, in the traditional lenormand, it is a man on a horse. And in this one we do have the girl on the unicorn. Okay, so it once again brings us that vibe of, bringing good news on the way. I'm coming to visit, that kind of a vibe. But it also does say this situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis for your personal power. So I feel like it's just sort of letting us know that, this person loves you exactly how you are. So all they want from you is you. Okay, they just want to love you the way that you are. So there's no need to hide anything from them. There's no need to allow them to be your guide. Okay, when we did have that guide element coming through, allow this person to be your guide, be your steady anchor in this world. They're more than capable of doing so, and they want to as well. So it feels lovely. That's a very nice message for you there, Cancer. Okay, so moving over to Leo. How are we today, Leo? Just looking today at family. Okay, so I'll grab you a couple of the Earthbound Oracle to start us off there. So Leo and family, please. Leo and family. Okay, so firstly, we do have the labor card there. Okay, so the bee, it's you can see the bee and the the hive of honey here. Okay, so it does talk about labor and putting in hard work, being a little worker bee. But I kind of feel too that with this bee energy, it's such a energy of family already, just in that, because it's like this might be you over here in this honey, and then your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, grandma, auntie, whatever your family is made up of. It really is that hive. Okay, that sense of family, that sense of hive. But there is a lot of labor going into that at the moment, and needing to sort of be that busy little worker bee. There might be some stuff going on in the family at the moment that is, keeping you mentally in that sense of labor, having to work for it, kind of a thing. Okay, so there might be a little bit of work involved in, being present, being part of the family at the moment. May just feel like a little bit of labor at the moment, like that you're just this little busy worker bee that has to go and collect the honey, and everyone has to, I kind of want to say to bow down to the queen. Okay, so there may be, somebody in your family who kind of is, the queen bee, and everyone's sort of having to labor around them and their needs. And we do also have this obfuscate card as well. So you can kind of see that with this obfuscate card, it's someone with their, that it's hard to tell this, but it is a closed eye, all right. And then we've got the candles that have just gone out with all the smoke. Okay, so obfuscate kind of means to, like, it's kind of like to blind you, and to, there's so much smoke you can't see through the smoke. Okay, you kind of getting I can't. I just had it on the tip of my tongue, but it's kind of like, yeah, you're just stuck in this haziness. This you can't see through this smoke. It's quite hazy and shadowy and thick smoke, and you can't sort of see your way clear. It feels like your eyes have been closed to something within the family, or someone within the family's eyes are closed to this sort of thing. Okay, I feel like it's got to do with this queen bee energy. All right, so there may be someone in the family who is a bit of a queen bee, and then there's someone else or other people within the family, and their eyes are kind of closed to that behavior, and they don't really see the truth of what's going on, and they don't see how this person is kind of manipulating the situation to suit themselves. I do feel as though we're looking at, that kind of confusion, that, you know, clouded judgment, I kind of want to say there. So I feel like there might be other people in the family whose judgment is a little bit clouded when it comes to this queen bee person. But I feel like you kind of, you're the little worker bee having to do all the hard work around this person. So you obviously, know that this is going on. All right. So we'll see what the Lenormand wants to let us know about that situation. All right. Okay, Leo, Leo and family. Leo and family, please. Okay, and how should Leo? Hang on, I just want to work out how I want to word myself. Sorry, Leo. I suppose how does Leo clear the smoke? Okay, we did see that smoke imagery, so we'll just roll with that. How does Leo clear the smoke? Okay, all right. Okay, so what we're sort of seeing here, we do have the clouds. So I'm really not surprised the clouds have come out with this message, because, that obfuscate, like I said, that clouded judgment. The clouds really does talk about, your thoughts on the situation, confusion, I want to say sometimes it's possible overthinking, but I don't feel that that's the case here. I feel like we're much more looking at that clouded judgment, coming from all sides, it feels like, you know, and you've got a bit of anxiety more than anything about this, and you just want to clear that confusion, I feel. All right, you want to clear that smoke and blow those clouds away. All right. We do also have the child energy. Okay, so you may be the child in this situation. All right. The child is that, you know, that more playful, adventurous spirit. You know, and I feel as though, you know, so this that kind of leads me to believe that this queen bee figure, I'm just going to roll with that because it kind of makes sense, right? This queen bee figure is probably one of the parental figures, maybe like, you know, one of the more, you know, like an aunt or a grandmother, or you know, an older family member, one of the older family members, and therefore, you know, looks at everyone else like they're just children, is kind of the vibe I'm getting. Like, kind of, you know, especially with that obfuscate and labor, it's kind of like they're, yeah, kind of like looking down that everyone's just children, too immature, that, you know, I'm getting this vibe of, you know, someone who is kind of taking advantage of their position within the family to sort of be a little bit controlling of their children, of, you know, the younger people within the family unit. All right, so you know, you're probably going to know who this is within your family. All right. I do also have the birds coming out there, so that means that, you know, that there may be some gossip going on around the family, you know, between all the children. I feel like this is, you know, a bunch of cousins and brothers and sisters all getting together, kind of going, are we sick of this, or are we sick of this? Like, that's kind of how that feels to me, Leo. That, you know, the birds can talk about, you know, gossip and chatter, and, you know, just that busy energy. Once again, we've got that busy kind of energy coming through, that we've got that labor. It kind of feels like, you know, a bunch of the younger people in the family really sort of trying to, like, brainstorm a little bit. How do we, like, open everyone else's eyes to what's really going on with this person, and make them see that this person is treating them like dirt? All right, because that's what it's feeling like to me. Um, okay, so you're going to know whether this resonates for you or not. You know, feel free to check your other placements if it doesn't resonate, but if it does resonate, the best way for you to deal with this situation, we do have the bear and then the fox energy. Okay, so you can kind of see that fox is little, like, curled up by itself there. So that's kind of the best way to deal with it, is to sort of focus on yourself and your self-survival, your sense of survival within this dynamic. You know, keep to yourself a fair bit. You know, it's quite an independent, having strong boundaries with both of these. You know, with the bear, stand in your own power, and don't let this person walk all over you. You know, the bear is quite protective. You know, so you know, protect the ones that you need to protect from this energy, but also, you know, worry about yourself first, in this particular situation, and really keep your boundaries firm, and be strong, powerful energy, with those strong boundaries, that strong sense of independence, you know, when it comes to this issue. You know, the stronger that you're just standing in your own power, you know, even defending against this energy a little bit, it is going to help see you through that energy, and hopefully solve that energy for you guys. But we'll see what wants to come through with the magical messages from the fairies. Leo and family, please. Okay. We do have the debt paid off card. Okay, so the old weight and habit of debt is lifted from you and your life. So I don't think we're talking about financial debt here, Leo. I feel like we're talking about whatever debt you have owed that person, it's paid off. Okay, so even if that debt is just, I raised you, like, I'm really getting that vibe of, like, an older family member, you know, like, because we've all experienced what that can be like in the family dynamic. That older family member being like, I raised you and I did this and I did that and I did this, so now you have to do this and this and this for me. Like, no, the debt has already been paid off. Okay, like, the debt has been paid off just by you being. Okay, you know, it's nobody's responsibility to raise a child other than the parents. And that's a responsibility. It's not a debt. Okay. So that's just kind of the vibe I'm getting from that energy. It's kind of, you know, if you're a Leo dealing with that, you know, sorry. That's what I've got to say for you. Sorry, but hopefully it can be rectified pretty soon. Like I said, just stand in your own power, keep your boundaries, you know, stick to yourself, you know, look after yourself, number one. All right. Your debt to that person is already paid off. There's no debt. Okay. So you don't owe them anything. You know, like, doesn't matter. Okay. At the end of the day, you are Leo and you shine bright all by yourself, Leo. So don't you worry about any, you know, debt, because there is none. There's none there. There's none there. Okay. But I'll move over to Virgo. How are we, Virgo? Just doing our family reading today. So starting off with the Oracle there, the Earthbound Oracle. We'll grab you some overview cards. Okay, so Virgo and family, please. Virgo and family. Okay, so firstly, we do have luck coming on through for you there. So obviously having some, you know, good luck surrounding you and your family at this time. Okay, that, what much more can I say about luck? It's you know, a positive energy that we would like to see, isn't it? Having some good luck when it comes to matters of family. So if there has been any issues within your family dynamic, you know, you are in a lucky sort of period where you will be able to resolve those quite easily. All right. We also have the fire energy coming out. Okay, so you know, we could be looking at people within the family having, you know, strong fire dynamics, like that fire and passion. You know, it can be a little bit overwhelming. You know, it could also just be talking about somebody with actual fire placements. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements there. But you know, I'm getting just that it could be, you know, there's a little bit of someone stoking the fire, trying to ignite, you know, some fighting in the family is kind of what I feel like with that. But you know, we do have that luck energy as well. So I feel as though they're not going to have any good luck stoking this fire. It's going to just sort of fizzle out. Okay. But that, you know, you could just be like a super passionate kind of family that's how you express yourselves. So that might be some of you as well. But see what's going on here. Virgo and family, please. Virgo and family. Okay, one more. Virgo and family. Okay. And why are we seeing those first two cards, please? Why are we seeing those first two cards? Okay, very interesting, Virgo. We do have the masculine energy coming out first and foremost. Now that is alongside the clouds energy, and I did sort of confirm that with the tower. Okay, so I am reading within the family reading. I do sort of read the masculine as a masculine within the family dynamic. So we could be looking at, you know, a father figure, a brother, an uncle, those kinds of things. Um, Probably somebody older than you. We do have that tower clarifying. So, when it comes to people, that generally is somebody older than you. You know, this particular masculine within the family energy, they're quite confused and anxious at the moment. They're overthinking something. Something from the past. Okay, so it's got something to do with your family tree. We do have the tree there, but I'm just, yeah, it does have something to do with the family tree. I feel there's something that's concerning them um, from the past energy. Okay, so with that energy, we could be looking at, like, as an example, like, this isn't going to be everyone, Virgo, but there may be a male within the family who is questioning paternity over a child, um, that kind of an energy. It may be, it might be a fully grown child. It's coming up as past energy, and it does feel, quite past energy. There may be some concerns about, it may even be even more past than, anyone that's still living. It may be someone looking at the family tree, like for medical history type stuff, and they've got some concerns. They've got some, um, they're just a bit anxious, that maybe because so and so 5 generations ago had this particular medical thing, and maybe that's what's affecting me, making me feel sick. Like, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. That there's definitely, it's a past kind of issue, like, and it definitely could be someone, like I said, um from past generations, that's giving them pause for this concern, that's sort of creating this doubt, this doubt, confusion, anxiety. They're overthinking something. Like I said, I do feel as though it for some of you, there definitely is someone, thinking about paternity issues. Um, and it's kind of just weighing them down a lot at the moment. We've got that anchor coming through as well. All right. So they want to feel secure, and that, like, that it's a supportive family, but whatever's going on is weighing them down a little bit, and it's they feel like it's holding them back a little bit. Maybe that's where this fire energy is coming from. So can I just get one more card to show us what effect does this have on our Virgos directly, please? How does this affect our Virgos directly? Okay, so we have the ship coming through, of how it affects you directly. Okay, so somehow you're involved in this journey with this person. So this person within the family that is, concerned about something from the past, you probably already know about that issue, or you will pretty soon, I feel, because they're going to be coming to you and telling you about that. With the ship, that does talk about, um, closing the distance, traveling toward you, kind of a vibe, but also starting a new adventure as well. All right. So they could be like enlisting you to help them with this issue. Um, there could be a bit of distance involved. So it may actually be the start of an actual journey. So for some of you, where there is some sort of paternity issue being raised, you may actually be starting a journey to get the full story, to travel and meet people that you may not have met within the family before, those kinds of things. Okay, so that's quite interesting. There may be some. I feel as though this energy is sort of more so coming toward you rather than you setting sail, so to speak. But it definitely could go both ways. But I do feel as though it's kind of like you being the key for this person to help them, you know, lift up that anchor and start the journey of, actually getting answers when it comes to whatever this issue is. Okay, so, I am still getting that vibe that there's some sort of paternity issue there. It could be like, a child was adopted out, um, questioning whether a child is theirs, um, all those sorts of things. Okay. It could even, like I said, it could be further back in the past as well. So it could be them finding out that there's a chance that their paternity is in question, or their father's paternity was in question, or something like that. So it could be extending back, or finding out, about a long lost grandfather or something along, there's it's a little bit unclear. I'm not going to lie. It is a little bit unclear. But, you are going to have a lot of luck in resolving all this. And it is going to sort of set some sort of journey into motion. So it's like I'm not feeling that there's anything negative coming from this. Okay, it's feeling pretty neutral. Just like I'm kind of getting that vibe of like you'd rather walk through the fire and find out whether you get burnt or not. You know what I mean? That's the kind of energy I'm getting with that you would rather just know one way or another. All right. So if you don't know about this as of yet, you may hear about something like this soon. And of course, if that doesn't resonate for you, feel free to check your other placements as well. All right. But we'll get another oracle here from the messages from the fairies. Virgo and family, please. Okay, so we have the Sun card coming out. Okay, so your son is watched over and protected as he explores the world. So that once again, it's just clarifying to me that this is most likely a paternity type issue. Okay, a man questioning the paternity of his son, whether that is his son, or whether they are someone's son. Okay, so, with a masculine figure, they definitely could be questioning their own paternity as well, and they are the son in the picture. So I do understand that that's not going to resonate for all of you out there, Virgos. So I'm sorry if that's not you. That's part. It is a collective reading, and sometimes I do pick up on, that's quite specific message for somebody out there. So if that's for you. But if not, feel welcome to check your other placements. I'm just getting some, these messages are totally unknown until we get into them. So, I hope though that for whoever that was for, that it does resonate for you. And everyone else, if you do need to check your other placements, it is an all signs video, so I will have the timestamps in the description box. So just jump straight over to your moon sign or your rising sign. Okay, we'll see what wants to come out under other placements for you. Okay, but we'll move over to Libra. How are we, Libra? Okay, so we'll just get started with some of the Earthbound Oracle for you there. Libra and family, please. Libra and family. Okay, so we do have vision coming through, followed by voice. Okay, so we do, I'm getting straight away the sense that this is talking directly about you, Libra, having some sort of strong vision for your own future, and needing to express yourself about that, needing to sort of voice your opinions and voice your visions for things within your family dynamic. Okay, so if there's a certain relationship, for example, that you have a certain vision of how that relationship should be, voicing that opinion, and voicing what you need from that person, and so on. Okay, so I am getting that quite strongly, that especially that voice card, it really does talk a lot about not being afraid or ashamed to voice your inner feelings when it comes to your family. Okay, so there may be someone within your family who doesn't see your vision, and doesn't hear your voice, and now's the time to sort of really make that known, that this is my life, and this is my vision for my life, and this is what I think and feel and want to do. So that's kind of what I'm getting from that, but we'll see what the lenormand has to say. Libra and family, please. Libra and family. Okay, and can I just get one more to clarify that? Why are those two cards coming out, please? Okay, and why have those last two cards come out, please? Okay, so firstly, we've got I feel like there's definitely some voicing coming out in this first portion, all right, because you can kind of see that is that wolf imagery of the wolf howling at the moon or whatever. We do firstly have the dog energy, okay, so that's sometimes represented by that same wolf imagery. Okay, so it really does talk a lot about howling at the moon, and letting your voice be heard, having that compassion, that your feelings are valid, and whatnot as well. But for some of you, this is actually you know I do have that followed up with the snake. So I do actually feel as though and then that was confirmed with the letter. So I do feel for some of you, these are two of my pet cards when it comes to family readings. Okay, so there is actually for some of you a pet that is trying to voice something to you. All right, it's really trying to communicate with you some particular message. It's not sort of, oh, hang on, I'll grab one more. What does, if this is a pet, what does the pet want to voice to Libra, please? It's just, I think it's just a sweet, supportive message coming through. That's the home, okay? So, it's just a stable, secure message coming through, that you are kind of home to them, and they're there for you, kind of a vibe coming through off that. But for others of you, this could be talking about you know keep, keeping quiet could actually be stopping you from your true desires, your true passions and ambitions. Okay, so keeping quiet, needing, there's definitely communication. You need to voice yourself within the home. Okay, so voicing your true passions, your true ambitions, your true visions for your future, for yourself. Okay, so it's quite strong. But like, just as a side note, there's a bit of a message that there's a pet that wants to be there and support you, no matter what. Okay, so that may be for you as well. But the pet message, I feel, is probably more linked in with this next message, all right, which we do have the ship and the mountain, okay? And that was clarified with the anchor. So part of your vision may actually be that you want to sort of start a new journey, start a new adventure, run away into the mountains and never come back, so to speak. You may actually be looking at like a tree change, and wanting to move away from the family, and needing to voice that to them, that look, I'm going to move away, kind of a vibe. So it definitely is presenting, though, as a bit of an obstacle. You may have quite a lot of trouble voicing yourself within this family dynamic, okay? If that is related to a pet, your pet is trying to, just let you know, like, I'm loyal to you, be loyal to me. We're family. You have to take me with you, kind of a vibe. Okay, so if there's any question of, if you move away, your pet wants to come with you. Okay, so bit of a weird message there, but that's what I've got with that. But there is some, there may be some delays or obstacles presented to you from your family when it comes to starting new journeys for yourself. Your family may actually be trying to present you with obstacles, and I'm just getting that vibe of people like, you can't do that because this and this and this and this is all going to go wrong, and then this will go wrong, and then that'll happen, and that kind of a vibe, whereas you kind of just need to really voice, look, this is my vision, this is my passion, this is what I really want. I'm going to do it, with or without you, kind of a vibe. So some of you, this definitely is actually moving. For others of you, this is, just some sort of new journey within yourself, that you're wanting to embark on. And really just needing to overcome those negative voices that may be sort of in your family. All right, and standing strong and secure in your vision and in your passion, you anchoring yourself when it comes to voicing your opinions, and really sort of being steady, and committed to what you're voicing. Okay, so not sort of wavering, when I think I might do this. No, I am going to do this. I want to do this, and I am going to achieve this. So being quite steadfast in this new journey of yours. Okay, so overall, it's quite a positive kind of a vibe, and you yourself are coming through, with quite a strong sense of loyalty, and I feel that's what's stopping you from voicing all this. That you've got this strong loyalty to your family, and not wanting to sort of, having trouble communicating with them because of the fact that, you're not wanting to hurt anyone in the process. But, you do really need to, you know, shout it out to the rooftops, okay, whatever's going on for you there. But we'll grab you a magical messages from the Fairies Oracle as well. Libra and family, please. Libra and family. Okay, so we do have birthday coming out, and that does say a significant birthday holds the answer to your question. So I kind of feel like that's just sort of letting us know that, when it comes to voicing your passion, when it comes to voicing yourself, choosing your timing, okay? So maybe choosing a time that, people are already in a very celebratory mood. It may not have to be strictly a birthday, but just that kind of mood, picking, reading the room. Okay, when they're already in a celebratory mood, they're much more likely to celebrate with you, rather than just try to, shatter your dreams. Family are family. They're fun, aren't they? But I'm just getting that vibe that, yeah, that might just be a bit of advice for us of when to present our propositions, when to speak the loudest is, when people are already in a happy, giving kind of a mood, and they're more willing to accept, and just be congratulatory for you rather than demeaning or anything like that. Okay, So quite interesting, Libra. Let me know in the comments if you are sort of planning a big move or anything like that. Obviously, feel welcome to check your other placements if you do need to. But we'll move over to Scorpio. How are we today, Scorpio? Just starting with the Earthbound Oracle there. Scorpio and family. Scorpio and family. Scorpio and family, please. Okay, so firstly we have the balance card coming out there. So kind of the need to find balance within the family dynamic at this time. There may have been a little bit of rough patch going on and just needing to rebalance ourselves and find that balance where you fit in as well. Like, are you the one that balances out these ones and those ones, and you're that kind of middle energy between those family members? It's really looking at just all issues of balance within the family dynamic, and I do feel as though, sort of making sure you're even keeled when it comes to family and not not treating people differently. It's that equality kind of vibe. Presenting yourself the same way to all family members, regardless of whether you may, have a preference for that particular person and so on. It's just that balance, that balancing act between, being too involved and not involved enough with family and those kinds of things, because we do have the soul, the sun card coming through as well. So there is probably something going to be revealed within the family, that you're really going to have to sort of have that even keel, to sort of balance this out. There may be something revealed, and some people within the family might be a bit fiery about that. But overall, the sun really does talk about general happiness as well. Okay. But we'll see what else wants to be told. Scorpio and family, please. Scorpio and family. Okay, and why do we need those? Why are those first two cards relevant to Scorpio, please? Okay, and what is this directly about, please? What is this directly about? Okay. So I'll show you, I've just asked what is this directly in regard to. I do have the fish coming out to answer that. So, it's highly likely we're looking at some financial stuff going on within the family for you, Scorpio. The fish is all about abundance and wealth. Okay, so it may be referring to, quite a lot of people involved in this within the family, all right? Because it's not the clearest message I'm getting. As we go, I might understand a little bit more of what this is all about, but it's not super clear to me right this second. You may understand this more than I do, okay? So we'll see how we go. But firstly, we are getting the coffin, followed by the clover. Okay, so the the coffin does talk about things that have ended, you know, things that we have closed the lid on, you know, that death and rebirth kind of thing. And the clover talks about risks that have been taken. I do feel as though this may be talking about somebody in particular within the family, and I do feel that this may be what's, you know, I did say there may be something being revealed. Okay, so the coffin is usually like a more past kind of energy. Um, so there might be something being revealed, um, something that's happened in the past, something that, you know, we all thought was over and done with, um, kind of rearing its head once again, with that clover card. It's kind of someone in the family may have taken a risk in the past, that, you know, didn't necessarily pay out. It may be causing some financial tension on the family as a whole. It may be, uh, I'm just getting with that fish card. I am getting that, you know, there could be a lot of people involved in this issue. Like a lot of people have got things to say about this being revealed. Um, So it's kind of like, and this is why I was like saying with that balance card, feeling like, you know, you might be this one little fish here, and then you've got people coming at you from all directions, and you really needing to stay balanced because they're going to throw you off balance. Um, like I said, I don't necessarily understand what this is about exactly. Hopefully it resonates for somebody out there and you understand what this is actually about. But I am seeing, like, I've got 3 of the financial, like, career financial cards on the board. So it definitely could be some choices someone has made in finances or their career. Um, it's kind of like, you know, that their luck ended. The luck ended. You know, someone may have been engaging in, you know, some type of gambling. It's when I say gambling, it's not necessarily actual gambling either, you know, because you know, stocks and shares and investments are actually a form of gambling, especially with the Clover card. You know, it can be talking about those sorts of things have ended, those cycles have ended, um, and it may be leaving you guys just a bit strapped for cash at the current time. The reason you need to know this is because it's stirring up shit. Okay, it's stirring up some new in the family dynamic. Like I said, with that fish energy, it's just like I feel like people are just coming at you from all sides, and you know there might be a lot of blaming going on, um, and you just needing to stay super balanced throughout all this. You know, so if that's you that's taken some risks that haven't paid off, balance is going to be the most important message for you there. It does feel as though you need to know about this because it's getting stirred up, and there's a lot of energy getting stirred up around this issue within the family dynamic. Okay. Now, I do have the lily. So that kind of threw me, I think, too, because the clover is short term, whereas the lily is long term. So it's kind of like whatever this thing is that has ended or thought was ended, um, it was like that short term. It was supposed to be just a short term thing, but it went on for a lot longer um, than maybe it was supposed to, and it's causing some issues. I feel like it's actually causing some issues around morality. Um, like I'm getting that blame game thing where, yeah, like people are saying, "Oh, you did the wrong thing," or they did the wrong thing. Whereas others are like, "No, don't worry," like, um, but yeah, it may be something that we thought it was a short-term thing, but it ended up somehow affecting, long-term finances or something like that. It's kind of like that vibe of like, um, you know, in the short term, you took out a line of credit and you thought it was just going to be, look, short term, I've paid it back off. For some reason, it didn't, there was a bank issue and it didn't get paid off in time. And it's now actually affected your credit rating, kind of, like as an example, like, because like I said, it's not a super clear energy, but I am also seeing, I do have here the moon and the whip. Okay, so that kind of lets me know that, it's bringing around a lot of emotional stuff. With the moon there, that can talk about emotional sensitivities. With the whip, that's tension, trouble, drama within the family. All right, it's kind of like an emotional risk didn't pay off. As it could be just an emotional risk rather than a financial risk that didn't pay off, um, and now it's just causing drama. You could be beating yourself up quite a lot emotionally about this. I really hope that you guys know what this is, because like I said, it's not super clear to me. But what I'll do, I'll grab you a couple of extra cards for advice with this situation, all right? Advice for Scorpio with this situation, please. Advice for Scorpio. Okay, so I'm just getting stay firm, stay solid, secure where you're at. The anchor really does stay in one place, and it's that balance. It's that balance. It's that being secure with who you are, where you are, what you're doing, standing firm kind of a vibe, all right? Standing balanced and firm, and, just being that anchor through the storm, just weathering the storm kind of a vibe as well. I do have the tree there as well, so it's when I'm doing the family readings, it really does just vibe of like the family tree. Once again, I'm getting that imagery of all these fish attacking you from all sides, standing firm and strong through that. The tree imagery can also talk about, trees can sort of weather any storm as well. They have these deep roots. So have faith in all the roots of the family standing strong, um, you know, and secure, being able to weather any sort of storm, bending with the breeze rather than breaking. Trees are fantastic. They can get struck by lightning and still stay standing, and or still keep growing on through it. Okay, so no matter what, you just need to stay firm, stay balanced, stay strong, to weather this storm is what I'm getting with that, Scorpio. So like I said, I hope that makes more sense to you guys than it does to me. I have been getting some super specific messages coming through with this family reading. So, you're going to know if that's for you, or if not, you're going to know soon. Something's going to be revealed soon that's going to sort of bring that all to light. But we will grab you one of these oracles as well. Scorpio and family, please. Okay, you've got the power, Scorpio. That's a gorgeous card. See the young fairy balancing this tight wire. Okay, so whatever's going on, you're going to be balancing on this wire. It's that balance, so you don't fall one way or the other. Okay, you may feel like you're walking on eggshells. You may feel like you're walking on a tightrope. Okay, but you just need to stand firm and secure on that tightrope, and don't allow yourself to be pushed either way. It does say at the bottom there, use your abilities to resolve this situation. You can do it. Okay, so you've got the power in this situation, you know, through your balance. Okay, so like I said, I hope that resonates. I hope, you know, I hope there's someone out there that knows what that message means. You know, but that's what I've got for you guys, Scorpio. So, you know, feel free to check your other placements if that's not for you. All right. But we'll move over to Sagittarius. I'll just make sure I've got the timestamps there. How are we, Sagittarius? Just looking at family today. Whoa, I've got a few falling out on me. Okay, family, Sagittarius. Sagittarius and family. Okay, so we do have first and foremost that achievement coming through. You know, the mountain imagery quite often talks about obstacles and challenges, but this is the achievement card. Okay, so you're at the top of the mountain. You know, things are becoming a lot more clearer. You may have just overcome some obstacles or challenges within the family. All right, so that's a super positive one. You know, having that sense of achievement for yourself. Okay, it's lovely. We also have balance coming through as well. So, you know, just maintaining that sense of balance, you know, knowing your not overstepping boundaries, but not understepping boundaries, like not letting people overstep on your boundaries within the family as well. You know, reveling in your achievement and not allowing anyone to sort of throw you off kilter, not allowing negative family members to throw you off that achievement mountain. Okay, having that sense of balance within yourself, that sense of balance within the family as well. You may be that person in the family that kind of does balance everyone out. Okay, so you might have some fiery, passionate people over here that, you know, yell their love, and then you might have some really quiet, timid people over here who, you know, can't shout loud enough to be heard. Excuse me. And you might be the one that balances those out and brings them all together. All right, but Sagittarius and family, please. And if that's you, Sagittarius, that is an achievement in itself, all right? Sagittarius and family. Okay, why that third card, please? Why that third card, please? Quite interesting. I need to stop saying the word interesting so much. I do use that quite a lot. Um, Firstly, I have the garden. Okay, so the garden's talking about, you know, that restful, social, positive kind of meetings, propositions, invitations to things. You know, so you might be spending a bit of time with family members. They might be sort of inviting you out for coffee, inviting you over to hang out, all that sort of a stuff. But I am getting the vibe that there's actually something a little bit deeper in this message as well. All right. But next I do have the fish energy. Okay, so the fish really talks about abundance and wealth. All right. I've got that followed up. This is what I've clarified here. I had that followed up with the coffin, and I have clarified that with the mice. Okay, so I kind of want to just jump straight to this bit because it's all going to sort of pull in together. Like I said, I do feel like there is a specific message here. And with that coffin, okay, the coffin really does talk about death and rebirth, cycles within the family dynamic ending, and becoming new cycles. With the mice energy, because the mice does talk about the past a lot, it does talk about you know, issues of loss as well. Okay, so I actually do feel that for some of you Sagittarius out there, we are looking at this because in these family readings, the coffin can quite often talk about a person within the family, a person who's no longer in the family, you know, due to being, you know, ostracized from them leaving the family, or from, you know, a death in the family. All right. So I do feel that, you know, that this loss, I I am feeling that this is somebody who is no longer with the family, coming through here. But because we do have, you know, the fish and the garden, like I said, this can talk about, you know, things like invitations and propositions, and then the fish is like a financial card. I feel that for some of you, this is actually talking about some sort of inheritance, like a will, or an inheritance, finally coming into balance, and that's what the, um, you know, you may have been, you there may be someone out there, within the collective who has been sort of, you know, fighting an inheritance, and you're only just sort of getting through that, and having to attend a lot of meetings, you know, in regard to that. There may have been, you know, it could just be just that one-off inheritance kind of thing where you've had to go to the will reading, and then you found out that there's this inheritance. um, so I do feel that for some of you, we are looking directly at an inheritance, coming through. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be money, all right, because with the fish, even though it is finances, it is also abundance and wealth in general. So it could just be talking about, you know, an inheritance of, like legacy, like a legacy inheritance, those sorts of things as well. Okay, so I just want to make it clear that it doesn't necessarily mean, you know, outright money, but it feels like it's something that might have been ongoing for a little while, like, and that's what's sort of finally balancing out. We're finally seeing that achievement. So for some of you, this is definitely some sort of legal issue, within the family. So it may be pertaining to an inheritance, for some of you there. It is getting rounded out with that key. Okay, so the key is success. So it's the same as that achievement. Okay, we're hitting that top of that mountain where success is, being, you know, opened up for us. You know, the key opens up any door to you. So, you know, it could even, if this is an inheritance, it could be that you've inherited a house and you're finally getting the keys to that house. You know, so, but I do feel as though it's, whatever this cycle is, it's got something to do with, you know, someone who has been lost from the family. So even if that is not, like an inheritance or a death in the family, that is finally being, collated and recognized, and coming into that successful period. It could just be talking about, you know, someone who has been lost from the family, you know, while they're living, that someone who may not have been in the family for a very long time, you haven't seen them for a long time, and all of a sudden they're sort of coming around, knocking on your door, and you're like opening up the door to them. It could be quite literal. You're meeting up with them, and whatnot, and, having an abundance of, oh look, this person's back, like kind of a vibe. So it definitely could be that as well. But, you know, I do feel that for whoever this message in the collective is, it's definitely going to be, an inheritance based thing for, someone out there. Okay, um, that's what I've got from that. Like, I'm not really getting anything else from that. Um, the only other thing I can really give just in general is that, yeah, like meeting up with family, it will help, you know, produce more, abundance in your life, will, you know, lead you into success. The more time, because, you know, we do have those mice sipping out of the coffee cup as well. All right, so, and then with the garden talking about meetings, and, meeting up with people, and that social element. So the more that you're actually meeting up with family and spending time with family, it is going to lead you just generally into, that sense of achievement, that balance within yourself, and success as well. So, you know, even if there's no inheritance or anything like that for you in particular, you know, just meeting up and spending time with family, may actually really help you at this time, you know, further your own abundance. All right. I'll get you one of these oracles as well. Sagittarius and family, please. Sagittarius and family. Birthday. Ooh, birthday. Okay, so there could be, it definitely could be, that inheritance that you've been waiting for your 21st birthday to get that released to you, or it could be for your child, and they won't see that money until they are hitting a certain birthday. There may be something coming up, like a birthday coming up, and that's why we're having to meet up with people and spend time with people, and it's actually going to lead us to success in some way. A birthday is somehow important. Okay, Sagittarius, a significant birthday holds the answer to your question. Okay, so, and we all know though, birthdays are celebrations, that time to celebrate, which, with that key, if you are getting an inheritance, obviously that's something to celebrate, right? So we are just looking at, celebrations coming up for you within the family dynamic, in one way or another. All right. Like I said, that is a pretty specific message. So if that doesn't resonate for you, feel welcome to check your other placements. All right. But we will move on to Capricorn. How are we, Capricorn? Just looking today at family. Capricorn and family. Capricorn and family. Oh, finally some different cards. I've been getting quite a lot of repeated messages, not repeated messages, but repeated cards meaning different things for everyone today. I'm getting some super specific messages, so we'll see what we get for you guys, Capricorn. We do have the transformation card. Okay, so I love this card because it's like the life cycle of a beautiful butterfly. Here we've got the caterpillar, we've got the cocoon, and we've got the gorgeous butterfly or moth, whichever you personally feel that is, whether it's a moth or a butterfly. I actually think it is actually a moth, to be honest, but that's the transformation card. So we're looking at things growing and changing within our family dynamic at the moment, and we do next have the lunar card, the moon card. So that's probably actually going to be feminine energies within the family, growing and changing, emotional energies within the family growing and changing. All right, so whatever that means for you guys, we shall see what wants to come out. Capricorn and family, please. Capricorn and family. Okay, and just wanting to what is that fourth card about, please? Clarity for that fourth card, please. And how does that affect Capricorn directly? No, sorry, wrong question to ask there. Okay, can I just get more information about that, please? Can I please get more information about those two cards? And why does that result in that? Why is that followed by that card, please? You love doing this to me, don't you, Capricorn? Okay, so so starting strong, we have the love card, the heart coming out. Okay, so starting strong, we do have a lot of love, and I feel like that's that transformation energy. The love is deepening and growing between you and certain family members. The bond is getting stronger. There's a lot of love there, and that is always a good thing when it comes to family. Okay, it I feel like that kind of stands on its own, that particular energy. And it's just kind of reminding us that no matter what, remember that you love them. Okay. So even when you're fighting with family members and things like that, remember that how much you do love that person. Okay. So, um, remember how strong a bond is. And sometimes when we're because they can sometimes talk about passionate, like that passionate kind of energy as well. And sometimes when we are passionate about things, um it's because we love them. Okay, so sometimes when we are fighting with people, like if we didn't love them, it wouldn't be worth the fight. We would just walk away and not even care. But we care. So therefore we sometimes, fight, or express ourselves in ways that end up, resulting in a fight. We all know what it's like, right? But it's talking about, remembering to be loving, and remembering that you wouldn't care so much about these people if you didn't love them so much. Okay. um I just want to preface with all that. And it is coming out first. All right. So it is a strong energy that, there is a lot of love there. Okay. It's kind of that no matter what happens, you still love them. All right. Um, and I'm not saying this just because I'm about to, tear the walls down or anything like that. I do have some interesting energy at the end here, but it's a little bit unclear, and I don't feel like it's necessarily bad energy. All right. Next, we do have the sun followed by the letter. So that's pretty straightforward. All right. That's kind of talking about something's being revealed to us, something's being communicated to us. So there is something that is going to be communicated to us from family, and it's kind of going to lead to a fight. We do next have the whip energy, all right. But the interesting thing about this whip energy is I'm kind of getting the vibe here because I had that clarified with the crossroads, okay. And the crossroads is all about choices and decisions. So it's kind of like, as a clear storyline, it kind of says to me, someone is going to communicate with you and reveal to you their true feelings about a wrong decision that they feel that you made. Okay, they're going to be saying, it feels like that energy of someone saying directly to you, I think you made the wrong choice. You went down the wrong path. Um, like you made the wrong decision, kind of a thing. Like, I feel like that's what that is that it's someone communicating with you that either they have made the wrong decision about something, or they feel that you have made the wrong decision about something. And the reason that you need to know this is because of the tree, okay? Because it can talk about, like the family tree, but I feel like it's talking about standing strong like a tree, making sure you're rooted strongly into the ground, that you've got your trunk nice and thick, that you've got your branches and your leaves nice and full, so that you can weather any storm. Okay, because I do feel that with that whip there may be a little bit of a storm around this communication. It may just, the way that I think that's why we're telling us to, remember how much they love you, and they wouldn't be saying this to you if they didn't love you. Okay, so I kind of do feel like it's someone saying this to you, that You made the wrong decision, Capricorn. You chose the wrong path, Capricorn. So it's kind of feeling like it's like a little bit blamey, like Capricorn did the wrong thing. Okay, so, I'm not saying that you did or did not. This is just what I'm getting from this message, that it's being revealed to you that somebody is going to communicate to you that they think that you did the wrong thing or you went down the wrong path, that you're going the wrong direction. All right, but this can just be a bit of drama. All right, it's not necessarily like a huge fight energy. It can just be like a bit of a drama, a bit of a challenge. All right, it can also be talking about you beating yourself up for the wrong choices you've made as well, and so it could be someone communicating to you, look, stop beating yourself up about making that wrong choice. You can go back to the light pole in the center and go down a different path. It could just be something quite as simple as that. And then the interesting thing, okay, is that the next card we have is that imagery of a light pole. Okay, so we do have the star there. So for some of you, it's definitely going to be someone saying to you, just go back, just turn around and go back to this light pole. Think about what it is that, what's at the center. Like, this is the star card, and it talks about your wishes and your hopes and, having optimism. And I feel like it's someone even just saying to you, just turn around, go back, stop stressing, stop being, tense about something, and stop troubling yourself, stop beating yourself up for taking the wrong path. Just go back, find out what it was that you wished for, and take another path to that. All right, because the stars is one of the most beautiful cards in the deck. All right, so it's definitely wish fulfillment. So I feel that with that crossroads there, that you definitely these wishes are within reach. You may just have made a wrong turn at Albuquerque. If anyone watches Bugs Bunny there. But that was confirmed with the moon card. Okay, so we're probably looking at like emotional things. Okay, like we did see with that, the same cards, the lunar card that came out as the overview, and then the moon card at the end of the reading there, confirming that stars card. So it's like emotional sensitivity stuff. Like you might just be getting a little bit emotional about something, rather than just weathering the storm. And it's kind of reminding us too that, when you're choosing which path to take, follow your intuition, to your wishes. Okay, so focus on what you wish for and follow your intuition and your true dreams to those things. And the other thing I want to point out here, Capricorn, is we have all the celestial cards on the table. Okay, so that's actually quite important in Lenormand. When we've got the 3 celestial cards on the table, I also have that lunar with our message up the top there, and we do have that love card coming through. Okay, so at the end of the day, whatever this is, it's not the end of the world at all. It's actually quite blessed, and at the end of the day, it's going to result in those wishes coming true and that transformation. Okay, so I feel like it's a needed conversation with someone in the family. They may be just trying to steer you back onto the right path, or you needing to do, if you need to flip it, go right ahead. But it's leading to, it's this, this huge transformation. Like, and I feel like you guys, Capricorn, like, and I know for myself too, being a Capricorn sun, I have, experienced this huge sort of transformation of self in the last few years. And, I feel like a lot of people in the collective have been through this transition as well. And this transformation, it's been like a huge metamorphosis, Capricorn. So, you know, it could even just be someone saying to you, look, stop beating yourself up. You've done all the work. You've transformed yourself from those wrong choices. It might just be wrong choices that have happened a long time ago, and like I said, you beating yourself up about them, you know, and just getting a bit emotional about them still with the two lunar cards there. Um, so yeah, I feel that this is definitely important for you, Capricorn, to sort of recognize that you have transformed and you still are transforming as well. All right, but I'll grab you one of the magical messages from the fairies. Capricorn, family for Capricorn, please. Winter. Okay. So that does say the answers to your prayers and affirmations are fully realized in the winter months. So I do read the seasons as my own, and winter has just started. So I feel like this is happening in the next 3 months. And you'll sort of you'll know. I feel like when this happens, you'll know that you'll probably get in the back of your mind, oh, that was that reading. This is what's happening. And it all makes sense, okay? But yeah, winter in my area here. In Australia, it is winter. So I do read those as my own seasons. But also with winter, it can also just be a little bit of a reminder to not act cold and indifferent to these messages, all right? Especially with the sun and the moon coming out. Cold and indifferent is not going to serve you, okay? You know, don't be icy. Basically, don't ice people out, you know, when they're just trying to help you with your, you know, transformation. You know, they love you, okay? The love is there, so don't ice them out, okay? Just because they say something a bit hard to hear. All right. I feel like that's what we're looking at there, Capricorn. So yeah, might have been a bit of a hard message for some of you, but I feel like a lot of you, it is just beating yourself up rather than someone actually coming to you and being forceful about you made the wrong choice. Like I don't think it's that at all. I feel like with all those celestial cards there, I think we're probably looking a lot more at you know, that transformation energy and that metaphysical things, and sort of stopping and appreciating how far we have come, and stop beating yourself up about things that might have happened in the past or the person that you may have been in the past. Okay, Capricorn? All right. Well, we're moving over to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, how are we? Just looking at family. So starting off with the Earthbound Oracle today. All right, Aquarius and family, please. Aquarius and family. Okay, so we are seeing resistance coming through firstly there. So some sort of resistance to things within the family at the moment. We also have achievement. Okay, so there may have been, you know, quite a lot of obstacles you've had to overcome, but we are at the top of the mountain now, guys. So that sense of achievement, I feel that that resistance may be to recognize that you have achieved quite a lot. You know, you may be resisting, you know, recognition, I feel, with that. Um, Resisting sharing your achievements with your family for some reason, okay? But we'll get a bit more into that for you. Aquarius and family, please. Okay. And why does Aquarius feel this way, please? Why does Aquarius feel this way? Oh, okay. Definitely seeing the resistance and achievement both coming back out again. Firstly, we do have the bear energy. Okay, so the bear really does talk about. I feel like this is you being, a little bit overprotective of yourself. You know, trying to stand strong through things that might have happened for you that might be sort of weighing on your mind a little bit. But it's that's that protective sort of vibe, that to the point of being a little bit defensive even, I want to say, Aquarius. That's followed up with the mountain card. Okay, so you can see there in the achievement card, I did sort of say, look, you've hit the top of the mountain, you're at that achievement. The mountain really does talk about the struggles, the obstacles, the delays, the challenges that you have faced, the hard work that you have put in to get to the top of that mountain. All right, and you're being quite protective over all this work that you have put in, because with that mountain card coming through, and then what I'm seeing sort of next, we know you're at the top of the mountain, we know you've actually achieved something, and you are resistant to that recognition, of all your hard work, of the obstacles you've overcome. You're being quite protective over those elements. I'm, I do next have the cross, which does talk about, it can talk about feeling burdened, that all these obstacles are a bit of a cross that you carry, like a cross to bear kind of thing, like literally cross to bear. Um, sorry, um, but like, it's talking about things, it does have that sense of spiritual and religious attachment as well. So it's kind of that vibe of, not wanting to burden others with all the obstacles that you've faced, not wanting to burden others, with how much work you've put in to get to your achievements, and not wanting to share your achievements, because then people might recognize how much work you've put in. It's a very like a very odd, like, energy. I feel as though this is the family resistance thing, um where you don't want to be a burden on the family by talking about obstacles that you've been through in order to get to the achievements. So you avoid talking about the achievements, um, because you don't want them to, um, oh, trying to word myself here, but it's kind of that, avoiding recognizing your own achievements, because you don't want to burden anyone else with those achievements, in the sense of they may not have achieved as much, and you don't want to, be a show off kind of a thing. So you're being quite protective over not only all the obstacles, all the burdens that you have faced, you're being protective over your achievements as well. Um, it's really just feeling like not wanting to burden your family with the harder stuff, and because you're not wanting to burden them with the harder stuff, you're avoiding the good stuff too. Um, because it feels like that success, like the key there, it feels like that success is a bit of a burden to you, because you feel as though, you're resistant to sharing how much you've achieved and how much success you've gotten, how many doors are now open to you, um, because you feel as though that other people may not be as stable with success as what you are, and you're not wanting to share that because you just don't feel that they're going to understand how much hard work you have actually put in, and that you have earned this success. I do feel as though you have earned this success. This success is like destined for you. All right. It's right next to that cross card. It is destined success. You have earned this success, and it's you deserve it, and you deserve to sort of revel in that achievement as well. You deserve to, share joy about those things, um, but you're not letting yourself. You're being very overprotective of these achievements and success that you've found in your life. It's that vibe of like, if we come from a family that start off, not very not in a very high financial position, and then one sibling, for example, makes it big and gets a lot of money and career and all that, and then them not wanting to actually tell the rest of the family, look, I'm actually like rich, guys, because then they're going to feel like the family is going to be like, oh, well, give me money, or they're going to feel like the family's not going to understand how much hard work they actually earned all this money, um, and they're not wanting to put that onto they're not wanting to tell their family about how much money they have, because then it's going to make their family feel bad because they haven't had that much success, and they're still in the same financial situation. Um, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, Aquarius. Because then when I ask why you are doing this, why you are hiding this, I do get the house and the child. Okay, so I get the sense that, there's other people in the family that, that they may not be as stable and secure as you with when it comes to success and achievement. They may be a little bit more, immature when it comes to how they deal with success and achievement and money. I feel like this may be money, okay? And you don't want to share how well you're doing. Okay, I kind of get that for some of you, that might be what it is, not wanting to sort of share how much money you've got because you don't want to burden your family into thinking that you're better than them, kind of a vibe. You don't want them to sort of feel like they're immature in the way that their career is going, that they're below you in any way. You don't want them to feel like that. You'd rather have the safety and security of a happy family than risk sharing your achievement out of joy, and then them sort of judge you as, oh, well, you're better than us because you think you're better than, you know what I mean? Like, it's a tough one. It is a tough one, all right. But with the family energy there, it they do have that house and child energy, and that's why you're not wanting to share that with them. But at the end of the day, I feel like they're pretty secure and solid in who they are anyway. I'll just see, like, if you were actually to share, if you weren't resisting your achievement and your success with your family, what would the outcome be, please? Okay, so we got the coffin coming through. So your fears may be based, somewhere in there on reality, and just understanding that there might be people in your family that, wouldn't be prepared to hear that and take it in a positive way and just be happy for you. So I'm sorry that they wouldn't, because, you deserve people that would just be happy for you and not ask for handouts and not judge you as think like and put words in your mouth or anything like that. But don't resist the achievements to yourself, okay? Feel Don't feel burdened by your success. You've obviously put in a lot of hard work to get where you are. Even if this is not financial success, even if this is just emotional achievement, and you've come a long way, you've overcome a lot in your life. Um, you know, don't allow yourself to feel burdened by that, because you have done the hard work. Okay, we've got that mountain coming, that mountain imagery twice. So you don't need to protect yourself. Recognize that you have put in a lot of hard work, and you deserve the success that you have in life. Okay. But we'll get an extra oracle for you from the messages from the fairies. So Aquarius and family. Aquarius and family. Be yourself. Okay, so the situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis for your personal power. Okay, so at the end of the day, just be yourself. Okay, let the haters be haters. What are you gonna do? You know, everyone's got haters. I think these days it's a thing, right? Everyone, um, what do they say? It's like they hate ya because they ain't ya. All right, that's what I'm getting off this, is that, if there's going to be any haters, it's because they are jealous and they aren't able to, bring this level of success and achievement into their own lives. All right, so you know, revel, just revel in yourself at the moment. I think, Aquarius, you seem to be, if you're resistant to your achievement, that's I suppose there's probably a lot worse things we could be dealing with in life, isn't there? All right, but that's what I've got for you guys, Aquarius. If that doesn't resonate, feel welcome to check your other placements, okay? But we'll move over to Pisces. How are we, Pisces? Just looking at family today. Pisces and family. Pisces and family. Interesting. Okay, so firstly, we do have the ceremony card coming through, Pisces. So that can actually talk about things like, christenings, weddings, all those kinds of, official kind of ceremonies, but it also can talk about just traditional things. So things that are traditional within your family. So if it's traditional for your family to, have a Sunday night dinner or something like that, it could just be referring to that, an upcoming ceremony of some sort, being of importance to you, Pisces, within your family. But the reason for its importance, Pisces, I do have the deceit card coming through. Okay, so there's potentially some issue that might be raised at this ceremony that's coming up. Okay, so I'll get a bit more information about that before I talk too much about that deceit. But, there is some sort of deceit within the family at the moment. And when I say deceit, deceit can be a lot of things. It doesn't necessarily mean it's out and out horrible, negative. Deceit can just be the littlest things as well. All right. Like someone hiding something from you. Someone just hasn't told you something yet. And then you're like, how come you didn't tell me? And it can just be little things, and it can talk about, people within the family deceiving themselves as well. It might not be out and out deceit. Okay. Pisces and family, please. Pisces and family. Okay. Okay, and one more. Please give us a little bit more information on that one there, please. Okay, and why is that relevant to Pisces, please? Okay. Okay. So I'll talk about that deceit card first, Pisces, because I don't want to sort of have you waiting to get all the find out what that is, because some people, when they hear the word deceit, they're going to instantly be like, "What?" Um, so what I'm seeing with that deceit coming through, okay, I do have the coffin and the mouse card. Okay, so we're seeing something that has ended, a sense of loss, something that is eating away at you, that has ended. It's like a cycle that has ended. It may be a person that you have broken away from, that they may have been in your family unit, and that's the loss that we're feeling, that they're not there anymore. So it's not necessarily a physical death. It could just be someone who's broken away from the family, or whatever the family is for you. It could be just your insular family. It could be your extended family, but we are seeing that sense of loss, that sense of just something has been sort of taken from us, or stolen from us, eating away at us a little bit. That ending, that close, that that the lid's been closed on something. The coffin does talk about death and rebirth as well. So whenever there is an ending, there always is a new beginning. All right. So I'll get to that in a moment, but we are seeing something. You know, within an ending that has happened within the family, a loss of something, within the family there. And then what I'm actually seeing is that it, it kind of has, I feel like the loss is this child energy. Okay. So I don't feel as though this is an actual child, Pisces. I feel like we're just losing that sense of joy, that sense of amazement at the world. I feel like that has been sort of lost and taken from us with this ending that's happened. The child does talk about you know um, looking at the world with that innocence, and I feel like that's what's been taken from you with this ending, and that's what you're feeling the loss of, is your innocence, the innocence of the way that you look at things, because there is that we do have that deceit card, so it's feeling like that vibe of like, they lied to me, the world isn't beautiful, it's not all puppies and roses and whatnot. It can be dark and deceitful at times, slippery and slimy at times. I feel like whoever this person is that has sort of left the family there, there may have been some deceit coming from that person, and it may have had to do with like a third party energy. It may have had something to do, it's going to be revealed to you one way or another. Okay, this is why you need to know this, because it's going to be revealed to you. It's going to come to light. Okay, that whoever this person is that's no longer in your family, there may be a third party in that situation. So that there may be somebody else is the reason that person left the family. So it's kind of giving me that vibe of like, um, this person that's left the family. It may have been, your ex-partner. It may have been, a parent that has, left your family. It may have been just an extended member of family, and but there's an external reason that they left the family. They may have left for this other energy over here. All right, but it's going to be revealed to you, um, one way or another, and you are going to see that deceit for what it is. Okay, so whatever that deceit is, like I said, for some of you, this might be like out and out deceit, like another woman kind of deceit. If you yourself are a female figure, um, but for others of you, this is just a small deceit thing, but it's going to be revealed to you one way or another, and it's got something to do with you know, someone who has left the family unit, who kind of stole your joy at the world, your innocence kind of a vibe. So it's got to do with that person. And if that person is a female, um, then that's what's going to be revealed, is that it was this person that is at fault. Okay, so you may have like lost your sense of innocence at the world because maybe you thought you had done something wrong, but it's going to come to light that it was this person. It was the fault of whoever this feminine energy is. All right, so whatever it was, whatever this deceit, small or big, it's not your fault. And I feel as though, you know, it always like is upsetting when someone's innocence at the world and sense of joy and wonderment at the world is kind of taken from them. That always really sucks, you know. So um hopefully that when this is revealed to you, it does help you regain that, Pisces, because that's quite important for you yourself. But now back to that ceremony that's coming through. Like I said, it could be any type of ceremony. It could just be like a tradition type thing. It's probably actually to do with, you know, loyalty and compassion. So it definitely could be a wedding that you are going to be attending for some of you, because with the dog energy there, it does talk about loyalty. So loyalty, you know, brings to mind marriage straight away. You know, they're signing over each other's, you know, signing up to be with each other. We do also have the birds and the book. Okay, so the birds can talk about, you know, a little bit of gossip and chatter. So I feel like you might hear some gossip or something like that at this, you know, I'm just going to say wedding, because for some of you it's definitely a wedding that you'll be attending. Okay, for others of you, yeah, like I said, it could be like a baptism. It could be, you know, just some sort of legal ceremony, a school type presentation, awards ceremony, all those sorts of things. Like I also said, it could just be like a family dinner that you attend, but there is going to be a lot of gossip and chatter going on, and I feel like that's what's happening with this bird energy. It's you know, that sense of friendship coming from that dog as well. It's kind of like, I've got your back, I'll tell you all about this and that and this and that, and it's actually leading you to new chapters. All right, so we do find that it possibly is linked with this deception thing, and maybe this is how this is going to be revealed to you, Pisces. But it's going to lead to brand new chapters for you. Okay, so you know, your story's not yet written. Okay, there's a lot more to come. You've got a full book to go before you get to the end of your story, Pisces. So it'll be interesting for you to see, you know, when you're flipping through the book of your life, what comes next, and you will be sort of getting a new start with that soon, brand new chapter. But yeah, it definitely, the book sometimes can talk about secrets coming to light. So you know, with both the sun and the book, and it's a similar energy, there definitely could be some sort of, you know, gossip going around about a secret, and it getting revealing something to you. But it's really going to kickstart some new energy for you at the same time, and you know, get you out of this sensation of loss that we saw up there with the mice. Whatever, you know, if it's been eating away at you, if you've been feeling that loss, it's really going to give you a brand new chapter, and get rid of that energy for you as well, Pisces. But we'll have a one last oracle for you here. This is the magical messages from the Fairies Oracle deck. Pisces and family, please. Pisces and family. Spiritual teacher. Okay, so that does say your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. Okay, so gorgeous little picture there. It's you know, the fairy with all her little students, all the little bunnies and squirrels and all the cute all the cute stuff, all right. But it sort of leads to mind that, you know, this learning these lessons, like I feel as though whatever you're sort of going through with this deceit kind of energy, it's teaching you a lot, and you're evolving spiritually. You know, I feel like that may be what the new chapter is all about, is, you know, it's being revealed to you that, you know, your intuition was on point. You may have already kind of known all this, and that's what's been eating away at you because you just didn't have the full story. Your life purpose is involving teaching others about this spiritual journey, so and a healing. Okay, so whatever you're going through, it really is going to open up some new chapters for you, Pisces, and highly possibly in the area of spiritual healing. Okay, so you know, you may find some extra stuff coming through for you, and realizing that, look, this is where I need to go from here. These new chapters, you know, are not going to write themselves, and I feel like you're really going to, you know, come into your own in the near future with all that. Okay, but that's what I've got for you today, Pisces. Thank you all so much for your time today, and I hopefully will see everyone again soon.